Hello friends, welcome back to Digitalk. So I have been getting multiple requests to post the sessions on the Oracle database as well. Okay, so now going forward, I will post this Oracle database sessions as well. Okay, and this is the first video which is to differentiate between the CPU, PSU, RU, and RUR. Okay, and so the majority of requests so far I have received to clarify the difference between all these terms. Okay, because these all are related with the patches, okay, and then multiple times engineer get confused what is the difference between CPU, PSC, RU and RUR and which patch we need to apply. Okay, so I will quickly in this short video I will clear your doubts on what is the difference between all these terms. Okay, so now when we talk about the CPU and PSU, okay, these two are the oldest term, and oldest terms means these two terms are applicable till the database 12.1 version. Okay, so now what does it mean? Let me explain you. So CPU is the critical patch update. Okay, so Oracle release the different kind of a patches every quarter. Okay, in the January, April, July, and October. Okay, so CPU critical patch update, which is specifically designed for to release some of the security related patches. Okay, so CPU doesn't include any kind of a bug fixes or any kind of a enhancement in your database. It is only specifically related with your security patches. Okay, so that means no functional changes, no bug fixes, or there is no other kind of a changes. Okay, so very conservative minimum or minimal changes. That means only the security related changes every quarter, nothing apart from that one. Okay, now apart from that, patch set update, when we talk about patch set update, okay, so this was including your security fixes, and along with that, multiple important bug fixes. Those have been identified earlier, okay, till the release of that particular PSU. Okay, and whatever the bugs that has been incorporated and tested successfully, those were included in this PSU patch set update. Okay, this was also released every quarter. So that means this include your all the CPU fixes. Okay, that means whatever the fixes that we have in your critical patch update, along with that, some other functional or bug fixes included in the patch set update. Okay, so more changes than CPU, but still conservative. So that means in this patch set update, there were multiple changes, which is more than this CPU, because this CPU was only for security fixes, and this PSU containing your bug fixes as well. If there any bugs is there in the database, right? So, but these are the oldest terms. Okay, oldest terms in the sense that these were now replaced from 12.2 onwards, Oracle 12.2 onwards. So this means your patch set update and critical patch update, these were related till the 12.1 version of your Oracle database, and from 12.1 onward now it is replaced with the RU, okay, which is called the release update. Now from 12 and 12.1 onwards, that means from 12.2 onwards, okay, we always use the RU, release update current system, to update the current systems. Okay. Now apart from RU, we have one more term which is called the RUR, which is called the release update revision. Okay, which you can say it is optional. And why it is optional, I will tell you. Okay. So one thing as of now today, we use only the RU release update to apply in the database. So this RU include your CPU and then PSU, along with that some additional improvements. Okay, so now we have a single patch. Okay, that means for CPU and then for PSU, okay, both are combined in a single patch, which is called now RU. But along with your security patches and some PSU patches, which include your multiple bug fixes, there are additional improvements also incorporated in the RU. Okay, you can say it is a combination of CPU, PSU, and your additional improvements. Okay, so that means this is the modern replacement of PSU from 12.2 onwards. Okay, and this is also released quarterly by the Oracle, and this include your security fixes. Those were part of your critical patch updates. Okay, and it also includes some functional fixes or bug fixes. It also includes your optimizer fixes, maybe turn on or off. So what does it mean? In the Oracle, we have the execution plans, which is used by your queries. Okay, for faster execution, to increase the performance of your queries, right? Whenever you run any query, okay, your database select one of the cost based optimizer to check which is the right path for your queries. Okay, so there could be certain kind of a fixes which is specifically related with the optimizer, may be turned on or off means that some of the optimizers may be enabled by default when we apply the patch, but some of them may be incorporated as a parameter which you need to enable, and then you need to test it. Okay, and along with that, there would be some new features or adjustment. Okay, apart from all these security changes, bug or functional changes, optimizer fixes, there could be some other small enhancement as well. Okay, in terms of your some of the new parameters that has been introduced in your database, or maybe some diagnostic parameters has been introduced. Okay, so these kind of a small changes may also be there in your RU. Okay, so now from 12 onwards, we mostly we apply the RU only, which is containing your security patches, bug fixes. Along with that, maybe some optimizer fixes, and along with that, there would be some new more adjustment or features. So all this information you can get from the RU README document. Once you download the patch, and you can look for the README document, and it will give you the all information about all these things, whatever the things that has been introduced in this particular patch. Okay, so we can apply this RU with the help of OPatch auto command in the Oracle. Okay, and with the OPatch auto command, we can apply at the grid level, grid infrastructure, as well as the DB home. Okay, so you have option, either you can run it single, and it will automatically apply your grid patch and then DB home one by one in sequence way. The first GI and then your DB home. Okay, or you have option, either you want to apply it separately, that you want to apply grid patching first and then you want to go with the DB home patching manually, then you can use the OPatch auto, and we use the Oracle home parameter in this case if you don't want to apply both together. Okay, so this is supported from the 12.2 onwards for the RU. Now RUR is called the release update version. Okay, so this is on top of your RU. So that means once your RU is released for a particular quarter, after that, during the 1 quarter of a period, you may see some of the RUR. Some in the sense there would be two RURs. Okay, in every quarter, your Oracle release two RURs. Okay, and maybe the first RUR will be the within first month of release of your RU, and second maybe in the third or second maybe in the second or third quarter. So there would be two RUR in each and every quarter, and after the release of your RU. Okay, so that include some of the security updates or regression fixes. So the regression fixes and security updates means if you have the RU, okay, and something is missing in the RU, or maybe something that has been tested once the RU has been released, or maybe some other major security or some other fixes that need to be applied in the RU on top of the RU that you have applied for the current quarter. So that will be released separately. Okay. So that means RUR is completely optional. It is on top of the RU that you have applied. And if you want to apply that one, so you have to look for the README document of RUR. What exactly are the small fixes that has been released on top of the RU that you have applied, and if you really want that changes or not in your environment. Okay, so because this is released two times in a quarter, okay, and then it is again need to follow the same patching life cycle, okay. So most of the time companies ignore this one, they only go with the RU, okay. Instead of RUR, they wait for the next RU release, okay, and then they apply the RU on top of the previous RU. Okay, but if you need that RU need to be applied, you can look for the documentation, what are the critical changes, and if it is important, then you need to apply the RUR as well on top of your RU. Right, so this is the summary table. If you see here, what are the changes or what are the features that is included in each CPU, PSU, RU, and RUR. So security fixes is part of each and every patch, CPU, PSU, RU, and RUR. So now we have only RU and RUR. Okay, and bug fixes, so CPU were not part of bug fixes because it include only the security fixes. In PSU, the bug fixes were limited, but in RU and RUR now it is most of the bug fixes are already included. So RUR, as I said, it is on top of your RU. So this may include some only of the bug fixes that is on top of your RU. Okay, so optimizer changes may be there in the RU. New feature changes there in the new in only in the RU. Okay, and it support the OPatch auto support. Right, so that means most of the features, enhancements, fixes are there part of now RU. Okay, so that's why we always apply the RU now. Okay. So now some of the standard practices, if you are on the 19C, always apply RUR only if required by the strict changes. And this is not in fact 9C, even 12.2 onwards, you can apply this RU. Okay, and if you are on the older versions like the 12.1 or the previous versions, then we have to apply the PSU for that one, or maybe CPU as well. Okay, and if you want to automate the grid and DB patching together, then you can use the RU and RUR, and you can use this OPatch auto option, which automatically applies the patch in your grid and DB home. Right? So this is the difference between your all these terms, PSU and then CPU, RU and RUR. If you need this document, you can write to us at digitalk.fmw@gmail.com. Okay, we'll send to you. Otherwise, you can go to this our website digitalksystems.com and you will find the document there as well. Thank you.